Today's another video on what's limiting your muscle growth and potential, especially in body weight training. I got 4 things you're gonna wanna think about with this, but the bottom line is when we're looking to build muscle, we want muscle fatigue to be the focal point of our workouts, making the muscle fibers and the muscles themselves really kind of tired, drain the energy so that when they build back up, they put a little bit more of the energy within the muscle fibers and they get a little bit bigger. There's a couple things to consider with this. Number 1, what's your mind-muscle connection like? Remember, the only thing in the entire universe that can cause your muscles to actually contract and use up the energy in your muscle fiber cells is your brain. Weights can't do it, exercise can't do it, gravity can't do it, nothing can do it except your mind. Everything else is just an influence that's part of the game plan, but it doesn't directly cause it. This is the only thing that can. So, can you control and contract your muscles at will with your arms and so forth in various positions? Can you hang from a pull-up bar and turn on your biceps? The better your brain controls the tension in your muscles, the more you can directly fatigue the muscle and therefore stimulate more muscle growth. Next, taxing cardio instead of strength. So if you're doing workouts, a lot of hard, fast-paced circuit style training, or if you're really winding yourself out, it's your cardio that's limiting your performance, not your muscles. I can ride my mountain bike up the Rocky Mountains here, collapse in a heap and not be able to walk for days afterwards, but it's a different type of energy system that's gotten fatigued, and my muscles still not fatigued enough to elicit that muscle building response. So make sure that it's muscle that's getting tired, not your huffing and puffing, so to speak. Second, how's your breathing? Because no matter how good your cardio and endurance is, if you're doing your push-ups with holding your breath, or even if your breathing is tight and tiny little breaths, you're still gonna just exhaust yourself out and you're gonna collapse in a heap and say, yeah, I went to failure. Yeah, you went to failure of you, but not your muscles. You need to make sure that you've got that even oxygen exchange going all the time. You're constantly breathing deep, constantly breathing smooth. That way your muscles are the first things to fatigue and not whatever else is going on metabolically. And finally, how good is your cardio in general? Because if you get winded just climbing up a flight of stairs or doing a single set of push-ups, then again, your cardio is going to be the limiting factor, and it's not using up the energy in the muscle cells that's the limiting factor. So do some cardio activity outside of your strength workouts. I'm not a huge fan of combining the two for this case. Use a little bit of sprints, some stair sprints. Doesn't have to be like running out for 10 miles or anything. Just something that really pushes your heart rate up for a good 30 to 40 seconds. Sled pushes, things like this. And that way it will cease to be less of a limitation and your muscle fatigue can get to be the limiting factor. Let me know if you have questions down below. Be fit, live free.